This video is for you people who have a rock bottom comfort zone area in self-development, and I call it the self-development trap. I'm going to talk to you about what it is, why it has you stuck, and I'm going to give you 3 different ways to unstuck yourself. Number 3 is the one you're going to least expect to be effective, but it works every time for every client that I've talked to. Throughout life, I would always run into these challenges and I would fall back on this comfort zone. Example being when I fell and I hit rock bottom with my addiction to video games, to where I was spending thousands of dollars, no actual return there, just to try to feel emotionally okay. I hit that rock bottom, and life inevitably gives you 2 choices: change, get help, or keep doing the same thing. I chose to change and get better. This area of safety that I would always go back to whenever things got hard. And you could probably relate to this. Some people have a comfort zone in fitness, or a comfort zone in self-help, or a comfort zone in money, in relationships. There's these different categories where we always go back to that zone, sit there when shit isn't going right in the other areas, whether it's with your finances or your relationships. You go back to self-development. So I invite you to share, to subscribe to this channel, and like this video. Every little bit you do helps me get in front of more people, get in front of more veterans, and make sure that my mission becomes accomplished. My mission to help as many people as possible to not have to struggle with the things that I struggle with, especially as a veteran transitioning out of the military. Everybody can gain value from what I have to teach. Just go look at the other videos. So the self-development trap, what the fuck is it? To explain, I'll tell you how it worked for me. When I went and hit rock bottom and I felt nothing but fear about the future, and I'm finally getting help and going to therapy and doing all these other things, I had to try to get myself back to a place of comfort. In the past, a comfortable place for me was always in self-development. I would find as many books as I could read, listen to as many motivational talks as I could, and use that information to grind myself to get successful, to heal, and do everything I did over the last 9 years. Now, that's the positive side of the self-development. The side we want to talk about, the side that has you stuck, is when you are forgetting the other half of the equation. You are looking for a feeling the entire time. Listening to motivational speakers and things like that will make you feel good, but it doesn't last. And the reason it doesn't last is because you're missing the other half of the equation. This is why self-development is a trap, because you are not taking any action. You're not experimenting. You're not putting yourself out there. It doesn't even have to be massive action like Tony Robbins talks about. It just simply has to be you being willing to get yourself moving forward. Now, that is easier said than done, because when I feel a bunch of fear, I will sit here and just grind through self-help books, look at videos, I'll meditate, I'll dive into all my routines that develop me, but then I won't move my life forward. You see, the end game here for self-development of any of these things is to get you to bring enough confidence and belief into your life that you take action. That's it. So when you're stuck in a self-development trap, what does that look like for you? It means analysis paralysis. You're analyzing every aspect of your life. You're planning. You're going through all the self-development activities, writing down your goals, figuring out your dreams, trying to learn about your purpose. You're reading different books. It really makes you feel like you're accomplishing something. But the truth is, you're accomplishing nothing because you're procrastinating. on the things that you know you need to do. I do the same damn thing. I will sit there and avoid doing the things that I know I need to do because I'm afraid of what will happen when I do it. Shouldn't you be more of what's going to happen if you don't take care of these things and you let them sit? But that's not the case. I fall back into just sitting there in my routines and my self-development, and I do not go to the next step. The best analogy for this is to think of it like an expert archer. You have to draw back the bow and shoot everything forward. If you don't even make an attempt to release after you've drawn back the bow, that is where the self-development trap is. Because routines and self-help and motivational talk are there to get that bow back as far as it can, but release, the action that you take, is what actually hits the target, which gets you to the results, what makes you feel better. The secret is the feeling of despair and fear that you have will dissipate once you start taking action and you realize this. There's no sense in having any fear at all. Once you finally took the action, you'll see that. Now, we're going to pin up the video with 3 different ways you can get yourself out of the self-development trap. The first one is set a deadline. Whenever you get yourself stuck, you know there's a list of things that you need to do. You know if you don't do something on these, the situation is going to get worse. Say, okay, I'm going to do my routines, I'm going to do my self-help, I'm going to gather whatever methods I want, but on this date, on this time, I'm going to take this specific action, one small step. On that date, on that alarm, whatever it is, can be the same exact day, can be 5 minutes later. You take that specific action and you let things snowball, build up momentum. Because what I've always noticed with anything I do, like literally, we have a pile of boxes that usually is sitting outside because we have dogs and we order Chewy and they always bring a bunch of boxes for everything. I'm sitting there knowing that they exist in real time, but I'm avoiding it because I'm like, oh, I just don't want to deal with this. So I will say on this time, I'm going to go, I'm going to do a couple boxes. I do a couple boxes during that time frame, just a couple. It's easy. Your brain can allow that. What ends up happening is I feel the desire to get more done, and then 30 minutes later, they're broken down, they're piled up and sitting on the street ready to go. You just slowly pull your mind into activity. Number 2, another method to make sure that you get things done is to just simply ask yourself, what action can I take right now in this moment? It can simply be making a phone call. It can be signing up for something, making one little step forward. Gym, I'm going to put my shoes on and then I'm going to go get dressed. Even if I'm still not feeling like doing this thing, I will take one small step towards it right now in the moment. And the key to this is to make it a small micro step. This is different from setting a deadline because this one will get you moving immediately. The deadline allows you to accomplish preparing so that you have a little more confidence behind it. But the other one is just fuck it, I'm just going to move forward. Number 3 is that you are going to actually acknowledge and deal with the feelings behind it before you take the action. Now, how this works is extremely simple. Let's say I have a strong amount of anxiety towards money and I wake up in the morning stressed and worried because we've got bills to pay. I could lose my house, and all of these different concerns for my wife and kids are just going through my head. And there's this action that I know if I take it and I consistently move forward on it every day, it's going to change my life. But I just have feeling this wall that stops me from taking action, that I allow to stop me from taking action. Here's what I can do. I can actually sit there and deal with the feeling. We feel a fear and we're like, oh no. You don't want to even acknowledge that it exists. You don't want to give it any space at all. And that's the wrong answer. Maybe it feels like it went away for a little bit, but it comes back stronger every time because the underlying problem is still there, the way you feel. Feelings don't disappear, they're energy. Like a snowball, it only grows, it never disappears. The snow just doesn't disappear. It can grow bigger, it rolls down a hill. So this works because what you're going to do is think about that thing that you need to take care of, that you have been avoiding, that scares the shit out of you. And that feeling comes up wherever it comes up in your body. Like for me, I'm thinking of something and it's showing up right here in my stomach. You're going to sit there and just feel it. That's it. No judgment of it, saying, I wish it would go away. I hate this. I wish I didn't have to deal with this. No. Just take some deep breaths. Quiet your mind. Focus on that area and feel it. What you're going to notice is weaker and weaker until it disappears. And when it disappears, you feel light. Now, how do you know this worked? It works because you forgot what you were afraid about. Then you take some small steps towards that thing that you didn't want to do. Your ego wants you to stay comfortable and safe. It doesn't want you to thrive, it just wants you to survive. It won't be able to use that feeling anymore to grab a hold of you. Repeat this every single time you need to take action. You're going to notice that whenever you have to do something you don't want to do, there's a negative feeling associated with it. When you feel that feeling, you usually fall into the self-development trap where you go find something that's comfortable. It's easy and comfortable to just sit there and read those books and listen to those motivational talks all day long, regardless of whether they're going to move your life forward, knowing that you got to take action on those things in order for them to help. In the comments section, let me know what you are struggling with, be it procrastination or motivation, maybe even more specifics, and I will make some videos. Everybody struggles with something. Once you realize you're not alone in your struggle, you start to find ways to feel better. Other than that, subscribe to the page, share this with somebody you think falls into that trap of just saying, oh, I'm doing all this self-development shit, I'm going to classes, I'm doing all these different things, but you never hear about them actually moving their life forward. Share this video with them and let's get them in the right direction.